The Japanese government has donated $1.5 million to the United Nations Mine Action Service, known as Unmas. UN officials say the money will be used to survey and clear landmine-prone areas and to educate South Sudanese on the dangers of those explosive devices. Winnie Chirino has more for VOA from Juba.
Robert Balter, program manager of Unmas, says his office will use the Japanese donation to empower the National Mine Action Authority to manage mine action activities across South Sudan. He says part of the money will be used for training national organizations helping the efforts keep South Sudan free of mines.
Japanese donation is going to fund 2 teams who will work clearing hazards in Pageri, Payam, which for those who don't know is on the Juba-Nimale Road. There are more than 1 million people displaced from South Sudan. The majority of those will return down the Juba-Nimale Road. There are hazards, explosive hazards, either side of it. And in order to clear the path for the return of the displaced, we need to get on and clear the minefields.
Japanese ambassador in South Sudan, Seiji Okada, said on Friday that if implementation of the peace process succeeds, many refugees and IDPs will go back to their villages, and Unmas will use the money to create a safe environment for returnees to grow their own food. Bauta says the former Central Equatoria state remains the most mine-prone area because most of the fighting in South Sudan took place in the area. He says part of Barghazal has some explosive hazards. The UN estimates more than 360 sites have landmines, cluster munitions and other explosive hazards threatening the safety and security of civilians, including 1.9 million internally displaced persons and returnees. Bauta says 9% of rural parts of South Sudan have unexploded weapons, while 71% are free of hazards.
There's no evidence of new use of landmines, certainly no use of cluster munitions. Our database at the moment shows there are around just over 200 minefields remaining and about 121 cluster strikes. And we're getting on and clearing those now, so these numbers may even be smaller than I've just said. Our current estimate is that the total contamination is around 25 square kilometres of ground needs to be cleared.
The landmine expert says a young woman was involved in an accident 2 months ago around Nisitu Junction and is receiving treatment at the International Red Cross Center in Juba. He cautioned South Sudanese to be very careful with strange objects in the bushes. Japan has contributed more than $15 million since 2011 to mine action operations in South Sudan to help clear over 3.2 million square meters of land. For VOA News, I am Winnie Sereno in Juba.